I did, I did, and I threw some laundry in, I did get some, and then I had to be back here at 4:45.
Yeah, so there's, do this first. Yeah, I will. I gotta get this started.
Welcome, everybody. I'm going to start us off with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you could all stand, please. Okay, so now we'll go to roll call, please.
Hi, Megan Levine. Ann Markoulis.
Angela Ramo.
Maria Venuto.
Leah Leone.
Maureen Jimenez.
Elias Benitez.
Thank you. Okay, so can I get a motion on the minutes from April 9th? Ann and Angela? Any discussion of the minutes? Okay, all in favor of approving the minutes? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's right. I'm abstaining, so that's 5 in favor and 1 abstention. Okay. Committee reports, we have none. I just have my report, which is just a little update on our superintendent search process. So we are now at the point at which we are interviewing candidates for the position. We are considering 5 candidates at this point. We hope to have a decision by early May in time for the public to be aware of who we've chosen before the budget vote. So we hope that all goes smoothly. It seems like it will. So that's about it on that. Okay, so your turn.
Good evening. So we came back from a beautiful spring break. Weather wasn't too bad, some cloudy days, but some real nice sunshine. But a lot of activity happening in the district in regard to capital projects that are underway, preparation for much of what will really take off starting on or about June 13th. And so we experienced much of that. Our high school and middle school had a wonderful experience in Spain, and so a number of students were able to travel and see just amazing sights, but more importantly, have an experience that really bonded them together. We will hear more about their trip straight from the students and the administrators and chaperones that were on the trip on May 7th. As we get into the month of May, concerts begin, end of year, activities start bustling, and it is always a wonderful time, busy as it may be. And so I look forward to many of the activities in the Glen Cove schools that mark the end of a school year and the beginning of what might be for our seniors, their future. Very exciting time. And at this point in time, I'd like to introduce our Assistant Superintendent for Business, Teresa Cahan, who will introduce the budget that is being proposed for the 2025-2026 school year. Teresa?
Thank you, Dr. Yana. Good evening, everybody. Oh, boy. No. There we go. Now we're good. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Tonight, the board will be asked to adopt the 2025-26 budget. We're going to review the summary of that budget based on the 3 components: administrative, capital, and program. The first component we are going to look at is administrative. The increase that you see here for Board of Ed is for the update to the use of iPads in place of signature books for the budget vote. The decreases that you see for Superintendent's Office, Business Office, and Auditing are due to staffing changes. The budget for tax collection services had to be added back into our budget, which is why you see an increase here. The Office of Personnel has increased due to fees that we have to pay for Civil Service Administration and for the use of the absence management system through BOCES. Records management has increased due to the use of BOCES for residency investigations. There is an increase in public information due to the increased cost of printing and mailing. Unallocated insurance, which represents the cost for insurances such as disability or is estimated to increase about 20%. That brings our total proposed expenditure budget for the administrative component to $8,943,242. Moving on to the capital component, you can see an increase in the operation of plant. This is for a few reasons. One is the addition of staffing needed for the additions in Daisy and Landing schools. There is also a greater increase in the cost of supplies, and an increase of funds was needed for additional building repairs throughout the district. As we are continuing the work from the 2022 bond, we are utilizing bond anticipation notes, or BANs, to fund these projects. This allows us to borrow only what is needed without having to borrow everything at once. Since we have many projects that will start in June, we will need to increase the amount of the BAN, requiring a larger principal and interest payment for next year. And that is our total capital component, with a proposed expenditure budget of $11,468,946. Included in that capital component is $1 million, which we use towards completing smaller projects throughout the district. For 25-26, we are proposing 3 projects. The first project is the removal and replacement of some asbestos-containing materials at Finley Middle School. Second is an upgrade to the stadium lights at the high school to LED lights, and of air conditioning for the high school auditorium. Next is the program component, which is the largest component of the budget. The decrease you see in teaching regular school is not a reduction in staff, but is due to multiple retirements, all of which will be replaced. The increase in teaching special education is due to the increased cost of meeting the needs of those students. The increase in computer-assisted instruction is for the addition of another technician to help with the greater demand for repairs to our one-to-one devices. The decrease in attendance is due to staffing changes, and the increase to health services includes funds for an annual inspection of our AED devices and the supplies for those devices. We will have additional devices installed throughout the district in the next month or so. Contract transportation expenses, we are expecting an increase of about 7% to the cost of transporting our students to our schools, private and parochial schools, and our special education schools. Both workers' compensation and unemployment expenses have been increased to align closer with the actuals. These expenses are offset with the use of our workers' compensation reserve and unemployment reserve. Medical insurance expenses continue to rise, which is represented by the increase you see here. And that brings us to our total program component of $97,710,996. Which then brings us to a summary of the 3 components with a total proposed expenditure budget of $118,123,184. For the 25-26 school year, the proposed tax levy increase is $79,642,176, or 2.981%, which this is under our allowable cap. If you're interested in reviewing this year's budget presentations or need more information on the budget, there are 2 ways that you can find that information on the website. You can go through the steps in the beginning here, or go to the Find It Fast drop-down at the top of the page. The budget vote on May 20th will be from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Voting locations are Glen Cove High School and Connolly Elementary School. Proposition 1 on the ballot will be for the school district's annual budget. And that is my presentation. Thank you for your time. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
So Teresa, thank you so very much. Could you just remind our community that we will be doing these budget presentations at PTA meetings in the next couple of weeks as well?
Yes, so we have, next week I believe there are 2 presentations at the PTA meeting, and then the following week we have 1 more. So we'll have the same presentation. We'll be able to answer any questions from anybody attending.
Okay. And again, I know we're both open to anybody calling or emailing any questions they may have. We want to make sure people have all of the correct information before casting their vote.
Absolutely.
Thank you so very, very much. And the rest of the board? Any questions? Yes.
Do we know it, like, when those 3 projects might get done? Or start? Or,
Right now, I could not give an answer
Okay.
to that. One, the budget has to pass
Right.
first before we can even look into any of that. And then it would be scheduling it with the vendors that are able to do that and around the other work that we
Right,
have
got
being
it.
done. So
Okay.
it's going to be a little bit of a dance.
thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much. So now it is time for our student board member to give his report.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody at home. As the school heads into its final months, Glen Cove High School is buzzing with energy, accomplishments, and unforgettable experiences. From international adventures to college milestones, here's a little insight on all the amazing things happening in our school community. Students from both the high school and middle school had the incredible opportunity to travel to Spain, where they explored breathtaking historic sites and soaked in the culture. From visiting iconic landmarks to learning traditional flamenco dance, students not only deepened their knowledge of Spanish history and culture, but also created memories that would last a lifetime. Our school had the privilege of welcoming 2 courageous individuals whose stories taught us the importance of remembrance, empathy, and justice. Students in the 11th grade met with Mr. Ullman, a Holocaust survivor, who shared his moving experiences during one of history's darkest times. Sophomores also heard from a survivor of the Rwandan genocide, whose testimony highlighted the resilience of the human spirit and the power of education in preventing future atrocities. These moments served as a reminder of why learning history matters and how it connects directly to the world we live in today. The countdown is on for College Decision Day, and the excitement is real. If you walked or driven downtown, you've probably seen the banners proudly displaying the names of our seniors. On Thursday, May 22nd, all seniors will wear their college gear, enjoy candy and snacks, and take photos with friends to mark this huge milestone. Prom tickets are also on sale in the gallery for $100. Seniors are also gearing up for their trip to RPM Raceway, where they'll race go-karts, play arcade games, and enjoy one last adventure together as a class. Our talented wind ensemble is gearing up for their big competition this Saturday at Six Flags. Meanwhile, the Select Chorale continues intense rehearsals as they prepare for their upcoming trip to London. Thanks to the hard work of Ms. Kessel, students had the chance to explore job opportunities at the job fair held on April 9th. It was an eye-opening experience for many, as students met with local employers, gained career insights, and even landed some summer jobs. Thank you for letting me speak tonight, and we all hope the rest of the school year is filled with joy and excitement. I also have my speech in Spanish, if that's okay. Buenas noches a todos. A medida que la escuela se acerca a sus últimos meses, Glen Cove High School está repleta de energía, logros y experiencias inolvidables. Desde aventuras internacionales hasta hitos universitarios, aquí hay una pequeña visión de todas las cosas maravillosas que suceden en nuestra comunidad escolar. Estudiantes de la escuela secundaria tuve la increíble oportunidad de viajar a España, donde exploraron impresionantes sitios históricos y se empaparon de la cultura. Desde visitar lugares emblemáticos hasta aprender el tradicional baile flamenco, los estudiantes no solo profundizaron su conocimiento de la historia y la cultura españolas, sino que también crearon recuerdos que durarán toda la vida. Nuestra escuela tuvo el privilegio de recibir a 2 personas valientes cuyas historias nos enseñaron la importancia del recuerdo, la empatía y la justicia. Estudiantes del 11 grado se reunió con el señor Ullman, un sobreviviente del Holocausto, que compartió sus conmovedoras experiencias durante uno de los momentos más oscuros de la historia. Estudiantes de segundo año también escuché de un sobreviviente del genocidio de Ruanda, cuyo testimonio destacó la resiliencia del espíritu humano y el poder de la educación para prevenir futuras atrocidades. Estos momentos sirvieron como recordatorio de por qué es importante aprender historia y cómo se conecta directamente con el mundo en el que vivimos hoy. El día de decisión universitaria se acerca pronto y la emoción es real. Si ha caminado o conducido hacia el centro, probablemente haya visto las banderas que muestran con orgullo los nombres de nuestros estudiantes que se van a graduar. El jueves 22 de mayo, todos los estudiantes de último año usarán su equipo universitario. Disfrute de dulces y refrigerios y tome fotografías con amigos para conmemorar este gran hito. Las entradas para el baile también están en la venta en la galería. Las personas mayores también se están preparando para su viaje a canalización de RPM, donde compartirán en karts, jugarán juegos arcade y disfrutarán juntos de una última aventura como clase. Nuestra talentosa banda se está preparando para su gran competencia este sábado en Six Flags. Mientras tanto, el seleccionar coral continúa con intensos ensayos mientras se preparan para su próximo viaje a Londres. Gracias al arduo trabajo de señora Kessel, los estudiantes tuvieron la oportunidad de explorar oportunidades laborales en la Feria de Empleo realizada el 9 de abril. Fue una experiencia reveladora para muchos, ya que los estudiantes se reunieron con empleadores locales, adquirieron conocimientos profesionales e incluso consiguieron algunos trabajos de verano. Gracias por dejarme hablar esta noche y todos esperamos que el resto del año escolar esté lleno de alegría y emoción. Thank you. Sorry, that was...
No, go.
Thank you very much, Elias. Okay, so now we're on to public participation. Oh, yes, of course, I'm sorry, Anna, I didn't see
No,
you.
that's okay. Elias, thank you for that. I just have a question. Where are you guys going with the go-karts and stuff?
It's RPM Raceway. I think it's in Farmingdale. It's we can go karting. We play arcade games. They have an arcade there, and we also get our private room for ourselves. We can all just
Sounds like so
there
much
as well.
fun.
Yeah.
It does. Oh, thank you. I just wanted to know.
Okay, so, no, that's fine. Public participation, so this is agenda items only. Please come up and sign in with Ida, your name and address, and you can have 3 minutes to speak, if anybody's interested. Oh, I think I see somebody come up. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We were waiting for you. Okay, no worries. All right, great. So moving on to our instructional report. Dr. Doshner.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 7 on the instructional report, A, Committee on Special Education, and B, Committee on Preschool Special Education.
Can I get a motion? Leah and Maureen. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, so business affairs.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 8B, Operations, numbers 1 through 5.
Can I get a motion? Angela and Ann. Any discussion on these items? Questions? No? Okay. All in favor? All right, that's 6. And what do we, are the BOCES vote, though? We can
You could do it in your,
do it at the public, the comments?
okay,
Or,
you should have pulled that one.
okay, well, we didn't, but, I mean, we
Okay.
can, we'll just,
So you just.
yeah, let's amend it. That's the budget adoption.
Okay, could we go through,
Yeah, BOCES is 4, correct. We just did, but we have to nominate, vote for candidates, so we approved their budget.
that one you do later on? In the,
Okay,
well,
so
new
then we'll
business.
do that in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. All right, then we're on to personnel.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 9A certified, items 1 through 7.
Motion, Ann and Megan. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Based on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, I ask the Board of Education to approve Agenda Item 9B classified, items 1 through 3.
Sorry, can I get a motion? Angela and Ann. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There are additional retirees who were just approved this evening. So just as a reminder to our community, we will be holding our recognition ceremony on June 4th for all of our retirees, where they're all going to be invited to come in to be honored for a special ceremony.
do you want to?
And this evening, we just approved our new Director of Facilities, who actually joined us here tonight, Mr. Daniel Novak. Do you mind standing in the back, Mr. Novak? So.
Welcome, Daniel. Thank you.
Welcome, Daniel.
All right, so we are, let's see, at unfinished business. I don't believe we have any. Am I wrong? Okay. New business. No. Board comments. All right, so here we need to approve our candidates of choice for BOCES. So we are going to be approving Michael A. Jamie. He's from Elmont. Fran Lagsner, who doesn't say, oh, Wantagh, thank you. And Robert B.A. Sean, who is, he's in Baldwin. Okay, so can I get a vote on this? Or can I get a motion? Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. Leah and Maureen. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, thanks very much. Any board comments, anything anybody wants to chat about? No? Okay. So this is our last public participation. If anybody has any questions or comments for the board, you can go up to Ida, sign in your name and address. Please limit your comments or questions to 3 minutes.
Janet Blatt, McGrady Street, Glen Cove. This is a comment which I'm sure will go over your heads and will never be applied, but I think it's important. I attended an open house meeting held by our congressman and a congresswoman from another district the other night. And aside from the fact that it was a superb meeting, it was about Social Security, and it was filled. All the seats were filled, and I think there were 560 seats in the theater over at Post. One of the things that was superb about this meeting that went on for about 2 hours, and then the congressman stayed for anybody who wanted to speak to him afterwards, was that in that full house, with very important issues being talked about, the people were never pushed off. Tom Suozzi started speaking, and immediately, and not with anger, I mean, people were very upset because of what's going on in the country in terms of Social Security, but people started speaking out and were not pushed off, were not told, wait your turn, we'll have a question and answer thing. They were responded to by our congressman, by the congresswoman, by the speaker who had been the head administrator of Social Security Agency under the last president. There was humor, there were direct answers, there was a back and forth, and that continued on during the question and answer time. And it was valuable because people heard things from their representatives and they needed more information, and they got it. People were brief, they were to the point, as were the people running the meeting. That back and forth was critically important for people leaving that theater feeling that they had been listened to and that they were important and their issues were important. You all don't seem to get that, but you ought to really think about it. The other thing was that nobody who got the microphone asking me questions or comments had to do anything more than give our first name and where we lived, not by street address, but just first name, name of your town, name of your city. Perhaps if you did that, more people would come because they wouldn't have to say where they live. They wouldn't have to give their street. Some people are intimidated by that. So I would hope that you would think about it and change your mind. I won't hold my breath until that happens, but that's what I have to say.
Thank you for your comments. Anybody else?
I will be brief. My name is Layla Watson. My address, 3 Harmony Lane. So I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you for all of the support that we've been getting, I and my sister has been getting from the school district in regards to some of the events and the programs that we have going on. I know that a lot of you have been hearing about the couple of things, but we'll start with the closet because we finally have a ribbon cutting day, and I want to invite you all. So the ribbon cutting day is on May 2nd at 2 p.m. So we are working really hard to get that ready for everyone to see. So we're super excited. The girls are super excited in the club. They get a preview day the day before, so they get to shop first, since they were the ones that really work hard to put it together. So that's one thing. The second thing is the walk. The Hope in Motion walk is on May 17th from 9 to 1 right here at the school. That is personal to me. I'm sure that you all have heard or either seen the video in regards to my daughter and the level of support that the Glen Cove School District gave us when we needed it the most back in, wow, 7 years ago. Say that right. So we wanted to make sure that we were giving back and really meeting the young people where they are. We could have closed streets anywhere in the city, but we wanted to bring it back home for the girls and for the boys, because for everyone. And then the last thing is we have a summer program that we're kicking off. It's called Stories of Glen Cove. It is a youth media and business experience. We're partnering with the BID in order to have some of the young girls be able to go into the city over the summer, interview business owners, and be able to learn technology and media, to be able to really work closely with the BID to be able to put information and reels and media updates on their site while still getting some attention and information about how to grow and develop in entrepreneurship as well as media. So I have information for all of you. Most of you, I think I have 10. If not,
We can
if
share.
not, I appreciate it.
I will make sure that everybody gets a copy of the information. We can scan it through and send it to all the board members.
On here, so that's the flyer. It's in Spanish and English. And then this is the information about the
Closet.
closet.
Mhm.
And then this is information about the
Thanks so much for sharing all this info. Look forward to the events.
And we have gifts for you guys, so before you leave, please see us. Everybody gets a t-shirt.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you so much for all the time you put into our students and our community. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And Layla, can I also, I just wanted to say, no, I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do. Seeing the impact of this group in the middle school, how quickly it has come on with so many different events, and it's just so meaningful and it's so impactful, and I know I can't imagine the amount of effort and work it takes and coordination in all of these areas. So thank you so much for everything that you do for our students.
I appreciate it. You know, the one thing that I tell everyone is that we are competing for the attention of our young people, right? They are on phones and, you know, social media. So we cannot continue to provide programming that is stale. You really have to engage these young people. Not everybody is into sports. I love every program, every organization that's doing the work here in the community, but the kids are evolving, and if we don't evolve as a community with them, we're going to lose them. And so for me, it's all about innovative programs. For us, I will be honest, this is the only city that we do free programs at. So Glen Cove is the only town, only city that we may fundraise, we may ask for donations, but we do not charge for any of the programs that we do in the city, because the city has done so much for me and my family that this is our way of being able to give back.
That's great.
Yeah, beautiful. Anybody else have any comments or questions for the board? No, you're going to just sit down, okay. All right, okay. All right, in that case, I think we may need a motion to adjourn, perhaps? Maureen and Leah, all in favor? Okay, that's what? It's unanimous. 8:02, new land speed record. All right, thank you all for attending our meeting, and have a good night.
She's such a nice woman.
When Janet made the comment that people were going up and talking